Hello viewers, today we will be attempting to clean and service this Duracraft humidifier. This part's easy, we can just wash that. I hope this is relatively easy as well. My only concern is getting this grill off because I don't see any screws on this side, I don't see any tabs on this side. So I'm going to kind of hope it maybe just pushes off. This is old enough that I don't think it should be non-serviceable. Now let's see. Oh, well, that was quite easy. Not bad at all. Okay, so that's that. You can wash that. The blade maybe just pulls right off. Yep. And it is in fact just a straight up pull motor in there, which is not surprising. Now I think we can, oh, these are really tight. They don't feel like they're threading. That may be an issue. There we go, now it's threading. Or it's broken, I don't know. It doesn't sound good. A long screw, I didn't think that would fit in there, jeez. That is definitely not wanting to come out of there. That's not the right size. That's not the right size either. And there's that. What kind of a kooky screw is this? Yeah, I don't have a single long screwdriver that's going to fit this. There we go. Nope. Okay, I guess this screwdriver it is. Something's wrong with this screw. It's like it's not moving. Alright, something just broke, because now it's just gonna... Oh my gosh. What in the world? The screw itself just broke. That's really something. And how come this isn't coming out? I don't see why that would be holding it in anymore. I don't think it is. Unless it like welded itself to the motor or something. Oh, I thought this was going to be an easy project. Nope, it's not. It's going to be very difficult. There we go. Alright, so there's our screw, which I guess is so tight in the plastic that it just decided to break. Well, I guess I'll just leave it alone. There's no real reason to take it out. Yeah, it'll just stay like that. That's fine. No problem. Okay, so on the other side, I hope all the screws aren't like that. No, this screw seems to be okay. Okay, so let's see, what do we have here? This is actually really nice, the way this is fit onto the switch and everything with these covers and terminals. That's a nice proper wiring arrangement. And if I could just get that back on, everything will be fantastic again. Okay. So, I think I'm just going to bag the motor and wash it without pulling the wiring out. I don't really want to disconnect everything. Let's service the motor and then to work with it like this. And then we'll deal with the cleaning afterwards. So the motor, it does have a little bit of rust on the shaft. So we're going to clean that off before I split it apart. I do have to split it apart because the rear bearing is closed. It's closed off, so I can't get any oil in there as it stands. So I'm going to go ahead and power this on. And we're going to kind of sand down the shaft a little bit. Like this. I want to make this completely clean and shiny again before I pull the bearing off. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it feels fine, so I think it'll be good enough. So let's undo this here, and hopefully this doesn't play any games and it just comes right off. Okay. Ouch. I want to be very careful with this because these motors do have a tendency to break. So this needs to be pulled out very, very gently so we don't risk breaking anything. Alright. That wasn't too bad. I'm going to clean the front of the shaft here where I did the sanding, just to get rid of any little remnants that could be on there. And now this should pull off with ease, which is exactly what it did. So that's good. Really nothing to clean out inside of here, but I'll just do this to get rid of any shavings that may have gotten in there. It's really quite clean. And the back is actually still has oil in it. What I'm going to do with the back is I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bag this up now and then wash it. This isn't going to come off. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to service the motor first. I'm going to take some fan oil now. Here we go. This is the oil for fans. You can see it right on the carton. It clearly says it's for fans. The other kind does not say it's for fans. This is the kind that's for fans. I'm going to just drop a couple drops in the bottom here. If I can get it open. Okay, I'm going to put maybe two or three drops in here. It's not a big bearing, so 3 is sufficient. A little bit on this part of the shaft. On this part of the shaft. And I'm going to drop this back in there. And I may have put a little bit too much oil in there because it's not going back down. Yeah, I put a little bit too much oil, I think. Alright, well, let's get the front bearing on and see how far off it is. Oh, actually it's not that far off at all. That should be okay. Yeah, that'll be okay. Alright. Pull this off one more time. I didn't really want that to get settled down into there just yet. Okay. Now put the screws back in. And this is kind of designed pretty well because you can see there's a notch here. And this is where the nut's going to fit. So you don't actually have to have a wrench or anything to hold this in place. The nut will not move just from the way the housing is designed there. Where's the other screw? Oh, it's already in the motor. Daggone it. And these just need to go firm. They don't have to go very tight at all because they have lock washers on there. They're not going to come off. As firm, as evenly as possible. And now I'll wipe off the extra oil. Now it's pretty stiff right now, so I'm going to take the screwdriver here and just kind of strike the shaft a little bit. And I'll free it right up again. Okay, I'll grab the blade just so we have a comparison here to what it's going to be like in a normal operating situation. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to wash the parts. And I think what I want to do is remove this. Can I? No, because it's going to push out that way. That wouldn't help. Or can I undo that? I'm going to try to undo this switch here. make it a little bit easier to clean if it wasn't there. No, I think it's going to want to push out the other side. Which actually, you know, given the way it's wired, I think I can just pull these terminals right off. Yeah, that should come right off. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Okay, well, one of them came off. There we go. Now I think I can just push the switch out. If it would stop latching back in place. Okay, apparently this whole thing wants to come off. Well, that's fine. I can put that back on. That's actually metal. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is... This is so close to just separating, it becoming so much easier. Well, now the only thing standing in the way of getting this completely apart is this one thing here. So I think we're going to remove it. Ugh, it's soldered. Ah! Alright, come too far to give up yet. Alright, now it's apart. So now I'm going to take all this stuff and just run it in the bathtub under, you know, really hot water for sanitizing purposes. And then put it back together. It'll be really easy. Everything cleaned up pretty nicely. There's the blade. Still got plenty of luster in the finish. A couple of scratches here and there on the whatever you call this part, but it's not too bad. Only cosmetic. So let's begin reassembly here. A little bit damp still, but I'm not going to be too concerned about it because this is a water-filled appliance after all. So, let's see here. The switch. Now, I think it went in like that. Let me take a look at the footage here. Whoa. Yeah, I do think it went this way. And if it's wrong, I'll just have to take it apart and fix it. The labeling would just be incorrect, so off would be on and on would be off. Okay. And now the wires. This one, actually just the motor wires have to go through there. And that's proving to be quite a difficult task. I was not expecting that to be such a struggle. Alright. So this side is going to go like this. And then this side does that make sense? I don't necessarily agree with the way they wired this. Oh no, wait, no I do, okay. Momentary confusion here. So this is the high side of the cord, and this is going to go on the switch first, so that when you turn the switch off, there's no more power in the motor. Okay, and then this here, let's see, I may be able to reuse that thing that this came with. Yeah, I think we're going to have success with this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is the time it's going to work. So that's perfect. Put this cord back in here. And these wires just kind of sit in here like this. And this will go over it. Alright. The motor was a little flaky coming off. It's going to be a little flaky forever because that one screw is broken. Although I think as long as this other screw doesn't break, it shouldn't be an issue. That just broke off right where the threads were. That's outrageous, really. I've seen that happen before, but it's a pretty rare occurrence. I think this screw is excessively long, and this is completely unnecessary. And this is threading very stiff. I'm concerned this is going to break again. I guess it's not really an issue because the motor is going to be held in place by gravity and the force of the fan, so if it breaks, it probably isn't going to really affect the usability of the machine at all. Alright, so that's in there. Let's just check the labeling and make sure that's correct before we go any further. Wait a minute, did I goof this up here? Yeah, this is supposed to go on first. Ugh. Oh, for heaven's sakes, the screw went through the other side and now it's screwed to the table. Oh, brother. Well, I goofed this one up pretty good. It's just under the wrong screw. Now the bolt came off. Oh, jeez. Well, this just goes to show them that how many years you service something, you can still make mistakes. Well, now there's going to be a hole in the bottom of that. I'll just have to plug it up with some hot glue. I don't think it really matters. It's not a part you can see anyways. Alright, I'm going to do this part off video because it's going to take too long. Alright, so this is how it's supposed to go. This is supposed to go on here like this. And then this, well, not this one, that was broken. This one doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. I guess this goes over here like this, and then it won't thread in nearly as much as it was. Yeah, that's like 100 times more reasonable. Now the blades can go on. And I'm going to plug this up real quick just to make sure that on, off, on, off. Yep, that's right. And I'm going to, I mean, this is purely a cosmetic thing, but I'm just going to plug up this hole with a little bit of hot glue. Just in case for some reason that's, I can't imagine moisture would get in there, but you never know. Alright, and then oh, I guess that's going to stay in place relatively well. I was going to have to glue it, but I guess it's alright. Yeah, the label's on there just fine. Alright, well, I'm not going to bother gluing that. That's it for the hot glue. Put this guard back on. Just kind of snaps in place and it rotates if you so desire it to for whatever reason. On. Off. Quite happy with that. Here's the base. This is still a little bit wet, but it'll dry out soon enough. I checked the filters for the 1128 and they are too big for this. However, I think if I cut it down a little bit, it would fit just fine. And I'd much rather do that because the filters for the 1128 I buy in bulk and they're relatively cheap. I think maybe $2 or $3 a filter. Whereas the filter I bought for this one was, I think maybe $13. I'm happy to see a filter still made for it considering how old this is, but the price is just out of control. So anyways, this is going to sit on here like this, on, and it's working just as well as it was before, hopefully a little bit better. So when I get the filters, I'll do another video and see how well this works. Thank you for watching.